asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I got it complete.
Okay, Coach, well, the holiday rush, that's in full swing in nearby Manhattan, but we've got football here 8 miles west at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Go set. 44, Mike, 44. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
A first down throw, Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want. Who could not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Get that ball. Get that ball. Watch the sit. Lady. Check 24. Check 24. Check 3. Check 3.
The first carry now. This is Hill. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Mike Spogo, I'm going to come back to you.
Throwing on second down. Darnold going deep now for Herndon. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
4 down. Check. 39.
Darnold from the gun. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
44, Mike, 44.
Man, 80. Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
44 is the Mike. 44 is Mike. Check. Ready?
Darnold on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Watch the pass. Switch.
Man, 80.
Under 10. 10.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Keep on coming, baby. Keep coming.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
No. Off.
Man, 80.
Hey, Echo. 44. Mike, 44.
Come on, boy.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold letting one go deep for a Nunwa. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Parkey not able to convert. This is no good. Wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. 1st and 10, way up at the 37. From the gun, Wakefield. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 47 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, and it's 3rd and 4.
Ready, the Mike. 57, the Mike. Too little, Captain.
Operating from the gun, Wakefield. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the miss. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
After the sack on first down, Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Rush in, rush in. Here we go.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? Chance. Check three.
On second down, it's Hill, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Go, set. Mike, 44's Mike. Check. Go. He's coming. Double up. Red 80.
On first down, it's Darnold. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. He's the reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively, they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right?
Yeah,
you'd make sure that
absolutely.
he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
On the ground, this is Hill, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. 3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Mike, 44. I got you, Pop. 44's the Mike. 44's Mike. Check.
I got him.
Check. Red 80.
On first down, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Hey, you don't want it.
Out of the pistol, here's Hill. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
31's the mic. On the ball. Young lady. Slam.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
First down, Jacksonville. Be a long game. Anyway,
First down, here's the run with Cook. Tackle by Jordan Willis.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Throwing on first down, Wakefield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Back to the ground, Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
To throw on 3rd down, Wakefield. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They're going to get 9 here on first down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Let's go one more. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Check 31, check 31.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Back, back, back.
On the carry, it's Hill. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where I came from.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Lady. Bo's and Mike. Mike's Bo. Pick me up. Here we go. Joker.
Red 80.
Now a 10th carry for Hill. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Now Hill. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
44's the Mike. 44's Mike. Check.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Darnold. Anunua's got it. Complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Mike 57.
Oh, you got deep?
Watch tight.
On first down, Wakefield under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, Wakefield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Here comes the boom! I see you, boy!
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This one fielded at the 5. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first and 10, Wakefield. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. And we're pretty quiet, D. Mine's 54.
2nd and 11.
I got you.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quinton Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Kill.
Operating from the gun, Wakefield. He's going to wind up and air it out. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Again, they run with Hill. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on to punt for New York. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position, the ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it, and even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57.
I got it. 57. 57.
From the gun, Wakefield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
ain't giving up nothing.
Kill.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
44's the mic. 44's the mic.
Hey, tight down. There you go. Check 37. Red 80.
And once again, Hill, he's been busy. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Kill. Red 80.
Darnold now to throw. This one caught by Crowder. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Here we go.
And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter.
Check. Whip. Watch the whip. Deuce. Check 50.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. He'll have a first down inside the 10. Another nice gain. 16 yards there and a first down again.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Switch. Check a hot read.
Check. Lucky.
Check.
80.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 12-yard line.
The mic. 44's the mic.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Back to throw, Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Now Darnold. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Going for the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The Jaguars on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. Wakefield going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, 76 yards. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
All day, baby. All day, all day, baby.
57. Short. 57's the Mike. Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike. No gain on this defense.
From the gun, Wakefield. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the...
And Darnold, he lost the football. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
On plays like this, where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
Check. Watch the go.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He's going to fire one into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
throwing on first down. Wakefield. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Wakefield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check three. Watch twist. Here we go. Twist. Slam.
Here's Hill one more time. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
To throw is Darnold. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Bradley Chubb in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line.
Right there.
So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal.
Sponge. No.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold on the catch. It's Crowder. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Darnold now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Darnold completes it, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Here's Darnold. They will find Davis. That's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Again, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Protein spill.
31's the mic.
Here we go with Hill. The 20. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now, that'll be caught by Cup. And a loose football. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I think they might have something in this young rookie quarterback because he certainly looked the part.
I have to ask you a question. Are you thinking similar to what I'm thinking? That these rookie quarterbacks, they come in more prepared than ever before?
Year after year, they just seem more comfortable from day one.
I think you start really young now. These quarterback coaches, they play against a better competition. They go to camps across the country. Then they play big-time games in college. So when they get to the NFL, it's not quite the same, how would you say it, pressure that they felt in years past. And these kids just go out and perform.
And keep in mind, he led them to a road victory here, even more impressive. So for Jacksonville, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways.